Hi, Mr. Devlin here, and today I want to talk about what you think DICE and EA should do with the Battlefield franchise. Where should they go with the next iteration of the game? There's a lot of discussions been going on the internet, mainly Twitter, Reddit, about what the next Battlefield game should be. A lot of people are asking for another historic game such as Vietnam. The Gulf War has actually been mentioned as well, although it would be exciting to see both of those games being turned into a Battlefield game. I don't think that DICE or EA would dare, especially not now, go back to any historic event, be it old or be it recent. The way they butchered Battlefield 5 makes me think that if they were given the opportunity to make a game such as Vietnam, although I think the majority of us out there would love to see that game, I think they would absolutely butcher that as well. I honestly think that DICE has lost their way, especially when it comes to historic events. They like to go on an alternate route, and people don't want that. World War II, what we asked for or what we expected, is not the World War II game that we got from DICE in Battlefield V. All the historic battles, or most of the historic battles and events, were nowhere to be seen in that game. I really don't know what they expected us to think when they were giving us this trash. A prime example, they missed out the Russians. How could you miss out the Russian faction from a World War II game? The Russians were so important in World War II. How could you possibly not give us that in the game? It's ridiculous, to be honest. DICE messed up Battlefield 5, and I don't think they'll go to any historic event for the next, 10 years even. They can't go there because they realise that they cannot get it right. So where do DICE go with Battlefield? And just to get the elephant in the room out of the way, Battlefield are making a Bad Company 3. That's without a doubt. That's on the books. But I am not, at this moment in time, going to class that as the next Battlefield game or what the next Battlefield game should be. So the speculations out there of what people want or what they think is going to be the next Battlefield game. So I'm going to tell you what I think they should do. And I don't think they could balls this up because there's so much scope and there's so much opportunity in what I think it should be. Okay, so what I think it should be and what I would like to see from the next Battlefield game is near future, non-historic and modern. Just think about it. You could have fictitious factions, fictitious countries, fictitious weapons, but all based on modern scenarios. This would be an absolute dream project for DICE and EA. This is where they could do pretty much whatever they wanted and not have the backlash from the community, especially from people like me, who openly criticised their attempt at World War II. What DICE has got to do in the next game, regardless what it is though, is put gameplay first. We know you make beautiful looking games, we know you make beautifully sounding games, but we want gameplay first to be the first priority of the next game. So what I would like and what I think the next game should be is near modern weapons that we have now, fictitious countries, fictitious factions, maybe it's 4 factions that fight against each other, but it's got to be modern. And if you put it so everything is fictitious, then they're going to have so much artistic freedom. No one could moan, and I think it would be a good choice for the next Battlefield game. I think in the next game as well, there should be a premium pass. Maybe it's not the same as what it used to be. A premium pass where maybe we got some extra skins, we got better customization, something like that, and leave the maps out of it. Make sure that everyone can play all the maps, but have some sort of premium pass for people, obviously, who care a lot about customization, etc. Maybe let the premium pass holders get the new maps a week, 2 weeks before everyone else, but make sure everyone else is able to play all the maps. So just to summarise what I think the next Battlefield game should be. Oh, and just before I do, I need to add one more thing. And I think this is very important. I think they should totally do away with the campaign and make the next Battlefield game multiplayer only and charge a decent price for the game. So I think the game should be modern, near future. I think the factions, I suggest 4, and the countries are all fictitious. I think the game should be multiplayer only. And I think there should be some sort of premium pass. This would give DICE all the artistic freedom they need, and I think would give us a decent iteration of the Battlefield franchise. So what are your thoughts? What do you think's going to be the next Battlefield game? And more importantly, what would you want as the next Battlefield game? Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, press that bell icon and tick it so you get notifications of when we're uploading new videos. And this is Mr. Devlin, out.